Okay, hello everyone. I hope you can all hear me. My name is Marina Castro. I am calling you for, sorry, I'm just getting a message here from Global Compass. I'm having a little bit of difficulty with my screen because I have multiple screens in the office and the presentation shows in different screens, and the Facebook Live only allows me to show one screen, so I'm trying to figure it out. I don't know if I'll be able to make full presentation mode, so we might need to go with this. So as I was saying, my name is Marina. I am calling you from Vancouver, Canada. I work for Kwantlen Polytechnic University. And I'm here today with Global Compass Me to talk a little bit about studying in Canada and studying at Kwantlen. It is October 31st, 8:30 in the morning here, so the day just starting. Today, of course, is Halloween, so you can't see me, but everyone here, including myself, we're all dressed up for Halloween. So it's a very fun day in the office for us. So I'm going to take about 20-25 minutes to talk about Vancouver and talk about Kwantlen, and we will be collecting some questions. So if you have any questions, please type them, and at the end of the presentation, I will answer your questions. Okay, I hope everyone can see. I know it's not the best setup. I will try to figure this out about the multiple screens for next time. So basically, Kwantlen Polytechnic University is located in Metro Vancouver. So Canada, like Russia, is a very big country, and depending on where you go, the weather and your experience will be very different. So we are on the west coast of Canada. So we are by the Pacific Ocean, not the Atlantic Ocean. That means that we have one of the mildest climates in Canada. Canada is known by many people for being a very cold country, which can be true in some parts, but thankfully it's not the case here in Vancouver. So our winters are not too cold, our summers are not too hot, so it's very mild climate throughout the year. One other thing about Vancouver is that we have one of the highest qualities of life in the world. So as some of you may know, we have every year different magazines and newspapers, they release best cities to live in the world, and Vancouver is always on the top of the list, usually between first and fourth place. The quality of life is measured by many different things, including safety, multiculturalism, public transportation, health, and things like that. We also offer world-class education, and that's true throughout Canada. So we have some of the best teachers in the world, incredible facilities. So anywhere really that you go in Canada, you'll be sure to have excellent education. As you can see on the picture here, we are surrounded by ocean and mountains. So for those of you who enjoy being outdoors and doing outdoor activities, Vancouver is a great place. And I'll show a little bit of some video and some more photos of what you can do in Vancouver and in the surrounding areas. We live in a very safe, fun, multicultural, and laid-back lifestyle. Here in Vancouver, you know, people really like to enjoy life. So people study and work hard for sure, but they also play hard. So having fun and having good work-life balance is something that it's very valuable by people who live in Vancouver. And when it comes to work and study and immigration opportunities, Canada is a really great place for those of you who are thinking about perhaps one day immigrating. So during your studies, you can work part-time and work full-time during your vacations. And after graduation, you can get up to 3 years work visa to stay in Canada working anywhere in any fields that you want. And, you know, Canada does need immigrants. Like I said before, it's a very big country and we don't have enough people to populate the country. So we are always welcoming thousands and thousands and thousands of immigrants every year. Students who graduate from Canadian universities are seen as very good potential immigrants. Because you have Canadian education, you're accustomed to the culture. A lot of times you have work experience in Canada, so you would be the perfect immigrant for the country. Next, I'm going to play a video very quick, just so you can, it shows some shots of Vancouver, just so you can get a feel of what the city feels like. So now that you have a little bit of an idea of what Vancouver looks like, I wanted to talk about other things that you can do around Vancouver during your vacations or on weekends. So in the background there, you see the map of Canada. So like I said before, we are on the west coast of Canada. So if you're looking at the screen, we are on the left side here. So here is Vancouver, this is British Columbia. So I just highlighted some of my favorite things to do. Of course, there's a lot more depending on what your interests are. So up here you see in the Yukon province, that's about 2-hour flights from Vancouver. You can see the Northern Lights. I don't know if all of you are familiar with the Northern Lights, but that's basically this colorful lights in the sky. It's something so magical and beautiful. Not a lot of places in the world you can see that. I'm not sure if there's anywhere in Russia that you can see that, but it's something very special that you can easily do on a weekend or a holiday while you're studying here in Vancouver. The next province over, Alberta, right in the border between British Columbia and Alberta, we have the Rocky Mountains. So these are beautiful glaciers and mountains covered in snow. And in the summer, the lakes defrost and they have this beautiful turquoise color. Most people, they do a road trip, so it's about 8-hour drive from Vancouver. You can camp along the way, you can stop in different cities. It's a very, very beautiful, it's probably one of the most beautiful road trips that you can do in Canada. Over here, we have 2 pictures of Whistler. So Whistler is known by many people as one of the best skiing and snowboarding locations in the world. And it's about 2-hour drive from Vancouver. So a lot of our students who are into that kind of thing in the winter especially, they will drive to Whistler after school or on weekends. So in the winter, of course, you can go snowboarding and skiing, but in the summer, for people who are into mountain biking, there is great spots for mountain biking there as well. And finally, down here, we have a picture of Tofino. So Tofino is located on Vancouver Island. You just take a ferry to Vancouver Island, and Tofino is a surf town. So for those of you who are interested in learning how to surf, you have great waves there, lots of surf schools. It's a really beautiful place too. And like I said, these are just some of my favorite things to do around Vancouver. There's a lot more, but I just wanted to give you a feel for the region. Now I'm going to play a quick video about KPU that gives you a brief introduction about the university, and you can see some of our facilities and some of our students, and also get some information about our programs. Okay, so some more things that I would like to mention about KPU. So we were established in 1981. So the university is a little bit over 30 years old. We currently have over 20,000 students. About 30% are international students who come from more than 60 different countries, and the other 70% are Canadian students. Like you saw in the video, we have 7 faculties and more than 120 different programs. So there's usually something for everyone. And I'll talk more about the programs and the faculties a little bit later. We are the 3rd largest university in Metro Vancouver. The university is spread in 5 different campuses that I will also talk about in a little bit. And we are an accredited public university. This is really important because that ensures the quality of education. So we are audited and controlled by the government, so to ensure that the quality of education that we're providing is up to standards. And also this is important for those of you thinking about immigration, because not every school will qualify you for that, for a visa after graduation. So you need to make sure that the school you're attending is accredited. And to this date, we've had over 250,000 students graduate from KPU. Excuse me. So some of the things that make KPU unique, so the Polytechnic experience. I know that Polytechnic means different things for different people, so I always like to explain what it means for us. So basically, we combine traditional academic theory with real-world experiential learning. So you learn the theory and you put that into practice. Our curriculum is very relevant, so our faculties have very strong ties with the industry. They develop the curriculum, so basically the classes that you're going to study and the content in these classes are developed with employers. So students graduate with the skills that employers are looking for. We offer personalized education. So like you also saw in the video, our classes are very small, up to 35 students. This really provides students an opportunity to interact with their colleagues and with their professors. So it's a very small and supportive environment. Like I said before, 7 faculties, more than 120 different programs, and our employability is very high. So as you can see, we have 98% of KPU graduates finding a related job within 6 months of graduation. I really think that the reason for such high percentage is the Polytechnic side and what I was telling you about the university developing the programs in consultation with the industry. So a little bit about KPU students. Like I said, about 30% international students and around 70% domestic. We call domestic Canadian students. And 50% of our students are between 19 and 22 years old, and 25% between 23 and 29 years old. Like I also mentioned, we have students from more than 60 different countries. So there's a lot of diversity, and you'll be sure to meet students from, places that you could never even imagine. So as I said, we have 5 campuses. So these red dots here are all our campuses. Each campus has a very different feel. So some campuses are more modern. For example, the Richmond campus, that's where our design school is. So it's a very high-tech, modern campus. KPU Surrey is our largest campus. That's where I am right now. And we offer a lot of different programs. That's also where our gym is, the largest library. So each campus has a different feel. Some of them offer the same programs, others are exclusive to some campus. So for example, our health programs are at KPU Langley. All the campuses are connected by either public transportation or KPU shuttle bus. So the university has a bus that goes from one campus to another. If you're living in downtown Vancouver, so the center of Vancouver, Richmond is the closest campus. So it's about 30 minutes by subway. That is, the subway station is right across the street from the campus, so it's very easy access. And KPU Surrey, where I am, is 30 minutes from KPU Richmond, or about 1 hour from downtown Vancouver. In terms of our facilities, here in the background, you can see a picture of one of our libraries. So we offer, in the KPU Surrey campus where I am, we have a fitness center that it's free for students. So it's basically a gym that students can use in between classes or before or after class. We also offer classes, so like yoga, meditation, body sculpt, and other types of classes for students. We, of course, have a gym where students can play basketball, soccer, any sports that they want. We also, at the libraries, every library has a learning center where students can get free tutoring in different subjects, including English, math, chemistry. That's also a really good source of employment for students. So if there is a field that you're very strong at, so if you're really good in math, for example, you can easily get a job at our tutoring center. Of course, we have cafeterias in all the campuses that offer, different types of foods. Our largest campuses, we have more than one cafeteria, so that provides students with more options. And we have the Students' Union Lounge and Cafe that students can hang out. The Students' Union is a really great resource for you in terms of events and volunteering opportunities and work and different things. They're really your advocates on campus. This is our brand new building that it's open in January 2019. So this is where our post-baccalaureate and graduate diplomas will be offered. So these are programs for students who already have a bachelor's degree and they want to further their studies. So that's a more mature, more executive kind of campus. Again, it's about 35 minutes from downtown Vancouver, and it's, again, across the street from the subway station, so very easy access. We're very excited about this new campus. At KPU International, we have a student life team that looks after all the fun stuff for students. So they put together events and trips and different things. Here I have some photos of events that we've hosted in the past. Now I just wanted to talk a little bit about what a week in the life of an international student is like. Of course, this will be different for each student depending on your lifestyle or on how many classes you're taking. But I just took one of our students and I asked them to help me kind of draft this based on what they normally do. So this student is taking 3 classes. That's the minimum that international students are required to take. Usually one class if you're taking one course, that means 3 hours in class on campus. So that could be either twice a week for an hour and a half or once a week for 3 hours. That's just classroom time. Of course, after class, you have homework and you have group projects and assignments. So it's not like you're only going to be studying for 3 hours per class. You're going to be studying a lot more than that. But in class, that's what normally we calculate. So basically, this student Monday, he has classes in the morning, then he does yoga on campus before lunch and work on assignments in the afternoon. And then before going home for dinner, he goes normally to the gym on campus as well. Tuesday, you would have lab sessions in the morning. So some of the classes, usually language classes and more of the science courses, we have lab sessions in addition to classroom time. So in the case of this student, they have lab sessions in the morning. They do some part-time work in the afternoon. Part-time work can be either on campus or off campus, and then a little bit of homework in the evening. On Wednesday, again, back to classes in the morning, and then in the afternoon, work on group projects and homework, and then meet up with friends or go for a run on the seawall in the evening. Thursday, back to class in the morning, work in the afternoon, and then go to the gym and do some readings in the evening. And then Friday, almost weekend, some more labs in the morning, and then this student likes to finish assignments penning and get an early start on the weekend by mid-afternoon. So have a little bit of an extended weekend. In the winter, this student likes to go to Whistler. Like I was telling you before, you can see a picture here of Whistler to go skiing and then come back the same day. So they don't need to spend money on hotels in Whistler. You can easily go and come back the same day. And then Sunday is a day to chill and so relax and get ready for the week. A lot of students like to do laundry and cook on Sunday, so during the week they don't have as much to do. Make sure that all the homework and assignments are done, catch up with TV series. And in the summer, for example, this student likes to go to the beach or for a hike in the nearby mountains. So again, this is just for you to have a rough idea of what your week would look like. In terms of accommodation, we work with homestay agencies, so you would be living with a Canadian family, or you could rent your own apartments. KPU doesn't offer residence on campus, so students can't live in the school. They need to find accommodation off campus. Normally, we recommend at least starting with homestay just so you can get used to your surroundings. The family can help you, open a bank account and get a cell phone and things like that. And once you're a little bit more comfortable and more independent, a lot of students like to rent their own apartment, or at that point they have some friends, they go live with friends and things like that. In terms of our credentials, so we have different options. At KPU, students can study from as little as 8 months to as much as, 6 or 7 years. It depends on how long students take to graduate. So we offer 8 months to 1 year certificate. If you study for 1 more year, you can get a diploma or associate's degree. So basically 2 years of studies. And then if you study for 2 more years, you can get a bachelor's degree. So our programs, they ladder into one another. So for example, if you say, oh, I want to start with a 2-year diploma, I don't know if I want to come to Canada for 4 years, that's no problem, totally fine. You can come for a diploma. And then if you're here and you decide, oh, you know what, I'm just going to go and finish my bachelor's degree, you don't need to start from the beginning again. You can just add to what you already study. So that's really nice and make it really flexible for students. Once you completed your bachelor's degree, if you want, you can study for another 1.5 or 2 years and get a post-baccalaureate diploma or a graduate diploma. So you leave KPU with basically everything you need. In terms of programs, like I said, we have a lot of programs. I'm not going to go into everything. Our website has a list of all the programs that we offer. One thing that I want to mention is we have 3 start dates at KPU. So classes start in September, that's our fall semester. Classes can start in January, we call it that spring semester, and classes can start in May, that's our summer semester. For each semester, before applications open, we will release a list on the website in which we will tell you which programs are open to international students. Sometimes, because we're a public university, we need to first serve Canadian students. That's something that is a mandate by the government. So sometimes a program is full of domestic students and we can't open to international students. So it's really important to check with Global Compass me or with myself, and we can tell you which programs will be open for the semester that you want to start. So on this slide, I highlighted the programs that are open for fall 2019. So for students who are thinking about starting classes in September 2019, the courses in red, the programs in red are the ones that we're accepting applications for. So basically in design, we have fashion and technology, graphic design for marketing, interior design, product design, and technical apparel design. In health, we are taking applications for acupuncture, so traditional Chinese medicine. In business, for post-baccalaureate diploma in accounting, computer information systems. This program offers a co-op option, which I will talk about. Operations and supply chain management, that's a post-baccalaureate diploma. Technical management and services, again, post-baccalaureate diploma. Green business management and sustainability, that's a graduate diploma. And global business management, that's also a graduate diploma. In arts, we're taking applications for journalism, that's a bachelor's degree, 4 years bachelor's degree. In science and horticulture, brewing and brewery operations. So for those of you who want to learn how to make beer and who want to either work for a brewery or open your own brewery, engineering, environmental protection technology, sustainable agriculture. In trades and technology, we're taking applications for mechatronics and advanced manufacturing technology. Again, this changes every semester, so please check in with us if there is a specific program that you are interested in and if you want to know when we'll be taking applications for that. Like I said, we have some programs that offer co-op opportunities. So co-op is basically paid work during your studies. So students can take up to 4 co-op terms, and these are related to their field of studies. So here I have some examples of 3 programs that offer co-op. For example, accounting, marketing management, and information technology. So in accounting, some of the work opportunities would be as a financial analyst or a junior bookkeeper, and you can see the average salary for that. The minimum wage, the minimum salary in Canada is just over $12 an hour. So you can see even as a student, a co-op student, you can get paid quite a bit more than the minimum salary. If the program you're studying offers co-op, I highly, highly recommend that you do. It makes a huge difference when you graduate. If you already have some work experience, getting a job is much easier. We have a lot of stories of co-op students that they end up being hired by the company that they did their co-op with. Some programs don't offer co-ops, but they have internships and practicums that are part of the program. So these are mandatory in your programs. In terms of admission, I know that it's 30 minutes already, so I'm running a little bit late. I'll try to speed up a little bit. In terms of admission requirements, so there's basically 2 to 3 requirements. So one is high school graduation. So students need to confirm that they graduated from high school. It doesn't matter how old you are. Even if you're under 18 or under 19, it's fine as long as you graduated from high school. Or if you're applying for a post-baccalaureate or a graduate diploma, you need to show proof that you completed your bachelor's degree. We also need to see your English proficiency. So you need to submit your Ielts or TOEFL so we can confirm that you meet the English requirements. And some programs, they have additional requirements. So for example, if you're applying to design program, you may need to submit your portfolio online, or you may need to do a Skype interview. We will tell you if there are any additional requirements. So basically how to apply, there is 9 steps. So the first thing is to apply online. So you go to kpu.ca/apply and you submit your online application. Then you'll receive a next steps letters from KPU. So we'll tell you how to log in to your online portal, and we'll tell you which documents you need to submit. Once you submit everything, so your English proficiency test and your transcripts, you will receive, and we confirm that there is a seat for you, we will send you an offer letter. This offer letter will ask students to pay a commitment deposit. So that's usually between 1,000 to 1,500 Canadian dollars. That is just to reserve your seat. This money is used towards your tuition, so it's not used for us, but we need this for you to confirm that you're actually coming to KPU. Once that's paid, you will receive the letter of acceptance package, which is the document that you need to apply for your study permit. So then you apply for the study permit from Russia, and then about 2 months before classes start, you'll be able to register for courses. So you go online and you register for your courses. And then, of course, just before classes start, you have the new student orientation that it's mandatory for international students. And that's where we cover a lot of things that are going to be important for you to be successful in your studies, and also an opportunity for you to meet with other international students and also Canadian students. In terms of dates and deadlines, so let's focus on the fall. So like I said, applications are open. We started taking applications on October 1st. Some of them will close on March 1st. Others will close on April 1st. It depends on how the program is classified. So if you can, better to submit it by March 1st to be sure. And then the deadline to accept the offer letter is June 1st. And by August 15th, so about 2 weeks before classes start, we need proof that your study permit has been approved. In terms of tuition fees, so students have basically 3 options. They can take the minimum course load or the maximum course load. So the minimum is 3 courses per semester, the maximum is 5 courses per semester, and in the middle is 4 courses. 1 semester at KPU equals 4 months. So I know a lot of countries, 1 semester is 6 months. That's not the case here, it's 4 months. Basically, you have to study for 2 semesters. So for 8 months, you have to be studying. The 3rd semester is optional. So you can go work full-time, you can go back home to Russia, you can go traveling, or you can study. It's your choice. So 8 months mandatory studies, 4 months optional. So if you take the minimum, it'll be about 7,000 Canadian dollars for 1 semester. If you take the standard, so halfway, it's just over 9,000 Canadian dollars per semester, and the maximum a little bit over 11,000 Canadian dollars per semester. I'm not going to go into too much detail here, but basically I just talk a little bit about what your tuition covers. So in addition to your courses, there are other things that you get with your tuition fees. So you get your medical insurance that's already included. You don't need to pay extra. You get your multi-pass card. This is a bus pass or a subway pass that you can use in any public transportation in Vancouver. It's unlimited. You can take as many buses or as many trains as you want. You don't need to pay anything. You can use KPU facilities, so gym, learning centers, and things like that. You have access to the shuttle bus. So like I said, the bus that connects one campus to another. And you get a lot of benefits from the Kwantlen Student Association. So you get discounts to go skiing, discounts in movie tickets, and things like that. We have an app. So once you're admitted to KPU, you will be invited to download the iSense app. This app offers really useful tools as you're preparing to come to Canada. So you can get access to pre-departure and pre-arrival guides. We have information about transportation in Vancouver and FAQs and a bunch of things. I just realized that you guys are not in Russia. I'm sorry. For some reason, I had it in my notes that this webinar was for Russian students, but I might have gotten that wrong. I apologize for the confusion. And finally, we offer some tuition credit and scholarships. So we have international tuition credits only for international students. So these are entrance scholarships. They go from 1,250 Canadian dollars to 4,000 Canadian dollars. They vary depending on what program you're coming to study, basically. So these are for brand new students. For current students, this one you'll be competing with both international and Canadian students. So we have more than $2 million in scholarships every year available to students. These will mostly be based on academic performance and community involvement. So if your GPA is really high, or if you're doing some great volunteering work in the community, these are usually things that we're looking for. The international tuition credit, it's not based on that. It's really something for us to increase diversity on campus. So this is region-based. So if you're coming from a country that we don't have a lot of students on campus, you'll be eligible to get this entrance scholarship. And that's basically it. I'm starting to get a couple of questions here that I will start answering. I just wanted to mention that you have my email down below, but I really recommend that you follow up with Global Compass Me if you're interested in applying to KPU, or if you need more information. I work very closely with them, and they can pass your questions to me, and we'll be able to provide any information that you need. So now I'm just going to read some of the questions. So first question is, tell about scholarships, please, and if you have graduate programs. So scholarships, I just mentioned here, we do offer scholarships, entrance scholarships from 1,250 to 4,000 Canadian dollars. And for current students, so for students who are already at KPU, there's many scholarship opportunities, but those you'll be competing with Canadian students. Another question, do you have migration faculty? I'm not sure what that means, migration faculty. If you can explain a little bit more. The faculties that we have are arts, business, health, science and horticulture, design, trades and technology, and academic and career advancement, which is basically English ESL classes. We offer graduate diploma programs. So let me just scroll up back here so I can show you. So in business here you can see we have 2 graduate diploma programs. So we have Green Business Management and Sustainability, and we have Global Business Management. These programs, they are not masters, they're graduate diplomas. However, we have partnership with one school in Switzerland and one school in France that basically, once you complete our graduate diplomas, you only need to take about 5 more classes to get your master's degree. So you would get a diploma from KPU and from our partners in Switzerland and France. So if you are interested in this, please let Global Compass me, and I can send you more. I can send them more information about that. In terms of IELTS, yes. So IELTS, our score required is 6.5 and no subscore less than 6. So listening, speaking, reading, and writing has to be 6 and overall 6 or more, and overall 6.5 or more. And TOEFL IBT 88 and no subscore less than 20. IELTS score, the other question is the IELTS score for master's programs. So like I said, we don't have master's program, we only have graduate diplomas, and the IELTS score is the same. For all programs at KPU, the IELTS score is the same. Tuition fees, so I'll just go back here again. Let me just find. So tuition fees, you pay the tuition per semester. So you don't pay everything up front. Every semester you register for classes and then you pay. So if you take the minimum that we require, which is 3 courses per semester, that's about 7,000 Canadian dollars. If you take the maximum, that's a little bit over 11,000 Canadian dollars for one semester. So it really depends on how many courses you take, because that's how we calculate tuition. On the website, we have something really cool that it's called Tuition Estimator, that you can type the program that you're interested in, and you'll be able to see how much it will cost. Okay. Yeah, IELTS requirement for graduate programs, like I said, it is the same requirement as all our programs. So for all programs at KPU, if you go to the website and you see a list of all our programs, the English requirement is the same for everything, 6.5 and no subscore less than 6. I think these are all the questions that I have received so far. I'm just gonna wait a few more seconds in case there are more questions. Okay, so how much money we need for accommodation and meal? That's a really good question. And the answer is not very simple because it really depends on your lifestyle. So here we calculate for a homestay, it'll be between $800 to $1,000 a month. A lot of homestays, they include meals. So with the money that you pay them, you get usually breakfast and dinner, sometimes lunch too. You can arrange this directly with the homestay agency. So roughly 1,000 Canadian dollars a month. If you rent an apartment, it really depends. So if you rent an apartment by yourself, you can, depending on where you live, depending on the neighborhood, you can find an apartment for about 1,200 Canadian dollars. But if you're sharing the apartment, so if you have roommates, say sometimes you share the same bedroom, sometimes you share the same house but not your bedroom, so it really varies. It can be much cheaper if you share the apartment than if you live by yourself. If you share an apartment, I think for a room you can find rooms for about 700 Canadian dollars. If you want an apartment for yourself, minimum would be about 1,200 Canadian dollars. And of course, if you're living by yourself, if you're renting, you need to buy food and cook. And if you live with a homestay, they provide food for you. I'm not sure if Global Compass Me has any homestay agencies that they work with. If not, we can recommend some, and you can, if you choose to go for homestay, you can contact them and they can give you more exact pricing. Here at KPU, we have an online platform where we connect students, KPU students who are looking to share an apartment. So if you're new here, you don't have a lot of friends, but you want to share an apartment, we can connect you with other KPU students, and together you can find an apartment. Okay, I'm just gonna wait a few more seconds to see if there's any final questions. Okay, I don't have any more questions here. Again, thank you so much, everyone. I know it's pretty late in Kyrgyzstan. So I appreciate you sticking around and watching the presentation. Please follow up with Global Compass Me if you have further questions, if you need more information. And I really look forward to welcoming some of you to Kwantlen. Thank you so much.